Hey, YouTube, welcome back to part two of the NFL football season preview. So, we have already talked about the entire AFC South. We have talked about the entire AFC North. So now we are in the midst of talking about the AFC East. We talked about the Buffalo Bills, the five-time reigning division champions in the last video. So now we're going to move on down to the second place team that lost the division by 5 games, which would be the Miami Dolphins. And this is the team that essentially is still looking for consistency. They're like the Jacksonville Jaguars when it comes to the consistency part because they haven't been relevant in forever. It feels like ever since Dan Marino left, so it's been pretty much just not not fun times in Miami. So let's go ahead and take a talk about this team. So Mike McDaniel, of course, is the head coach. He's in his fourth season. And it's been I wouldn't say it's been a disappointment. I would say it has a sense of low expectations. They did make the playoffs a couple of years, but they haven't really done anything in the playoffs. They haven't won a playoff game since I think 2000. So I mean, it's been a long time for them. But it's just been an up and down. Last year was pretty much up and down all over the place. So we look at their key stars. Of course, Tua Tagovailoa will be their quarterback, but of course his career has been marred by 4 concussions, and he's pretty much one hit away from being dead. At least I think he is. But it's not good. Devon Achan is the running back there in Miami. And then with the wide receivers, of course they have Tyreek Hill. He has not panned out the way he was projected to be after he got traded from the Kansas City Chiefs. Jalen Waddle, the number two, and then they did get Westbrook Akine from the Tennessee Titans. He will be their number three receiver. And then you got Jonnu Smith there at the tight end position. Defense, they got Jalen Phillips, but he's been on IR for like forever, it feels like. They do have Bradley Chubb, but he's aging. And then I put a question mark to Jalen Ramsey because they're saying they want to trade him, and I'm hearing the Rams might be a contender in this trade. But so far, he is still on Miami's roster, so we're going to roll with that for now. But I am projecting that he will leave Miami prior to the start of the season. All-time record in Miami is 504, 408, and 4. That's a 55.3% win percentage. Of course, they're most known for their the lone undefeated team in the NFL history back in 1972, and they do have a winning record against every team in their division. All right, so if we look at their schedule, they're projected to go 8.5 wins over under. They did go 8-9 a season ago. I imagine them getting off to a kind of a strong start, having going 3-1 in their first 4 games. Of course, the green bolded ones in the time column that represents the wins. But I think after week 4, I think it's going to fall apart. I do have them winning against Cleveland. I have them winning in Madrid against the Washington Commanders, and then winning against New Orleans, but then losing out after that. Their bye week is week 12, which is the week before Thanksgiving, so that would be a nice treat for them. Prime time games, they do have 2 Monday night games. One of them at home against the Jets in week 4, the other one in week 15 at Pittsburgh, which of course some of those games could get flexed out. Sunday Night Football in week 16 hosting Cincinnati. Of course, could also be flexed out depending on the quality of the teams. And then they also have 2 Thursday night games. One at Buffalo in week 3, and then hosting the Baltimore Ravens in week number 9. I think overall this is going to be an up and down year for them. I think 6-11 is a conservative mark for them. I think they're going to finish tied for third place in the division. I just think with the question marks on the offensive side of the ball, I mean, I hate to say that Tyreek Hill is a question mark, but he's not panning out the way that I project him to be, and with a highly questionable defense that has not really done anything significant, at least when it comes to production of sacks and just high quality stardom, at least on that side of the football, I just think it's going to be a bad year, and this can easily turn into a season where Mike McDaniel could get fired, or he'll at least be on the hot seat entering the 26-27 season. But outside of that, I don't think this is going to be a good year for the Miami Dolphins. So 6-11 is how I have Miami Dolphins this year. But yeah, so then in the next video, we are going to move on down to the third place team, from a year ago in the division. That would be the New York Jets. So until then, this is your man Dylan signing off about the Miami Dolphins. I will see you in the next video.